after the attack on Darrow's life, destroying all that he had been building under Nero's rule. For months, the Reaper of Mars had been trapped in this pitch-black box of solitude, only interrupted by the torture placed upon him by the Jackal's men. This was enough to give up information on the Sons of Ares and his family. Hello, and welcome to Morning Star, the third installment of the Red Rising Saga. I will be doing this the same way that I was doing the Golden Sun. Thankfully, writing 4 separate videos for that one helped me figure out a version of content creation that really works for me. And I really hope you all really liked it, because it's gonna happen again. As I said in my prediction, this is the stripped Darrow, not only naked, but truly stripped of his motivation and hope. We see him at his lowest at the beginning of this book. We don't know when or where or how he will get out. Just the suffering of a man who rose so high, and now in mud he lies. Giving up on life, Darrow tries to game end himself in Minecraft until a light shines in his cell. The first light he has seen in months. Blinded and brought to the Jackal's table, the Reaper of Mars finally realizes how far he has fallen. A husk of a man, he sees his malnourished body, scarred. I really love the descriptions he has and has been able to show in these moments. You can really tell that his writing ability and style has grown significantly since the first book. Watching Darrow, the man who he has been doing his best to build himself up, is so flawed and so down on his luck, but constantly pushing for this vision of how he wanted his life to become. It's crazy. His frail body on display for show in front of his old friends and enemies. Though Thistle is there, Cassius is the only one to show compassion to the now broken Darrow. Realizing the location of his torture and isolation was feet under where the Jackal eats dinner and entertains his guests. The mind games that Jackal plays, not only on Darrow but the others in the scene, shows truly how in control he is, and how much his power has grown in these past months of Darrow's isolation. This, however, is only the beginning of his manipulation. It's shown that there is a ton of hostility in the union of the Sovereign's people in the Jackal's place of Mars as Mars's arch-governor. Due to his malnourishment, he is to be checked by the doctor before travel to check if he is fit to do so. As he is being checked, gray soldiers around the doctor kill him, as well as other witnesses in the room, saving Darrow. The torture that Darrow endured is shown plain as day in the scene, as he is terrified of just all of this just being another ruse created by the Jackal to play with him. This, however, is indeed the true rescue by the Sons of Ares, by the siblings Holiday and Trig. Seeing his old friend Severo in the Ares helm through the hollow is the only way to prove this to Darrow. Escaping through the elevators, they are interrupted by Vixus, one of Titus's men from the Institute. Darrow, unable to stay patient, unveils his disguise, trying to attack Vixus. Thankfully, the two Greys were able to overpower Vixus after Darrow's damaged body was unable to do so. Here comes my least favorite moment from this book. Somehow Victra is still alive, and Darrow forces the Greys to help in her escape as well. This is all so annoying to me because her death in the second book was such an impact, and it could have pushed into this book's version of Darrow's rage. However, she's still alive, and the torture just made his rage go away, ruining 2 of my favorite things about the last book. Ultimately, the rage is a good thing to go away, but Victra plays little to no role in this narrative to push it forward. Leading the charge on the escape, Holiday and Trig agree that Plan C is the only way to escape in this situation. This is short-lived, however, as Trig is killed by Aja, making their escape more desperate. Thankfully, Victra, Darrow, and Holiday jump off the platform to escape, and they are all saved by the Sons of Ares. Ragnar is a beautiful boy, and he saves them. I'm glad to see Ragnar. He is the life of the party. God, I know this is bad, but I wish Victra was dead. Her strength just feels hollow from the last book to now, and I adamantly hate fake out deaths. I love Victra, but I wish this just didn't leave this sour taste in my mouth. Victra's death in the last book was such a powerful moment and showed how much she would have done anything for Darrow, and it's just all gone now. Finally having the rest he needed, Darrow wakes 2 days later in the city of Ares with his mother, Dancer, and his uncle. Another unnecessary fake-out death. I don't think it really mattered if his uncle was alive or not, because he doesn't really do a lot either. I don't know. Dancer reveals that Harmony is so far gone in her quest for gold lives, she has orchestrated an attack on the Sun's compound. Darrow also learns that he was in isolation for about a year and 3 months. 3 months into his capture, he was executed on live television. One thing that I love about this scene is the ability to have a time skip, but still tell us what happened in that time rather than just go, oh yeah, everything just fell into place one day. I really like that they went back and told us what happened during that time. I also respect the author taking a moment for Darrow to get some reprieve from the war and be able to talk to his family and just have that day. It's a really good, from such a very low to give him something nice before the rest of the book goes into it. It helps ground us and recalculate what he wants and what he's fighting for. Also, the image in my head of Ragnar shoving the fuck out of Darrow and pushing Darrow along in the wheelchair in this next scene makes me cry. Severo, after the day of Darrow's time with his family, comes in and tells all Darrow needs to know what happened during the war, and brings him on a tour of Tinos. Realizing Severo is now the new face of Ares, it is obvious that Severo is rash with his new leadership. I think I speak for Darrow when I say I wish Severo knew how to hold his tongue and grow up before making a lot of these rash decisions. Though it is entertaining and brings a lot of party conflict, as a DM, I absolutely love this, the party conflict and everything, but Severo, shut up. Darrow has learned in his official briefing that not only did the war start in full with the Suns, but Golds are fighting amongst themselves with the Sovereign fighting against the Outer Worlds. Along with Rogue being one of her official military leaders, Darrow's past actions are just punching him in the face. Mustang, while known to be helping the Moon Lords, she has gone missing after a harrowing defeat at Roke's fleet. I'm trying to keep as many feelings I have against or for any of these characters in my tier list thought video on all these other characters, but damn, I hate Roke. I really love that the pacing of the war hasn't slowed down even when Darrow isn't there. The Jackal is and has been pursuing any insurrections he can find in the moment of their creation, showing his strength and Harmony fighting against this threat. They are killing any high colors they come across. And this is where you see what I was talking about with Severo being rash. After Darrow's death, Severo lost control of the Suns and in an attempt to rally everyone back to his cause, sent out the video of Darrow's carving, proving that these low colors are able to fight against this threat that the Golds put into the society. Damn, gamer, calm the fuck down, Severo. You basically lost one of your fucking cards, Severo. And now that Darrow is back, how much is this going to help or hinder the rest of this trilogy? I don't fucking know. Darrow, after the devastating last 9 months, has created maturity within himself. Being the voice of reason, he voices his thoughts on bringing Mikey back to fix him and Victra up, bringing their strength back to when they were the best 2 killers of this group. I love and hate this whole interaction. After growing to love Darrow's channeled rage and his hatred, I wished that to continue into this book and watch him grow in an almost monster of the society, but by almost proving Jackal right. But it doesn't go that way. I feel like this is almost as bad for me as a fake out death. With them being able to get carved back into shape, of course it isn't easy and they will have to train to grow back into their new bodies and everything. It's so ridiculous how they don't need to care that they were malnourished for almost a year. None of it matters. I guess that's about it for this part. This is like one of my favorite series and it's not looking good so far. The writing is much better and done way more confidently. I just have a lot of personal gripes that I wish would be fixed. Until next time, love you. Bye-bye.